blog. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Here are just some of the many positions being advertised right now. If you are a recruiter looking for talent, you can also post jobs here. Location: Nottingham, England. Avakin life developer Lockwood Publishing is looking for a Backend Engineer with experience in Golang, Python, or Java to join its team in Nottingham. The responsibilities for this role include the creation and maintenance of fast, efficient, and reliable backend microservices to be used by the game client, assisting with the implementation and maintenance of automated testing for both backend API and services, and creating and maintaining documents required for team members to understand how web services and API function. Location: Hamburg, Germany. Are you bursting with ideas and eager to let your creativity flowing? An inspiring work environment with a friendly atmosphere? Then apply now to become part of our passionate and wildly creative team. Join the studio behind the award-winning Galaxy on Fire series as level designer to create immersive and spectacular game worlds for an upcoming third-person action game for console and PC. Let's do this together. Location: San Mateo, California. The senior technical program manager reports into the platform planning, management, PPM, department's business operations team, and is primarily focused on go-to-market and in-life project management, communications operations around the launch of platform products and features. These projects are typically platform initiatives which vary in scope and subject matter, ranging from incremental feature planning through to the hardware and software releases. The PPM team works with a broad set of internal and external teams, including global counterparts responsible for all aspects of product planning and development in the PlayStation family. As such, the ideal candidate has direct experience of platform planning and on managing projects in a global digital media entertainment environment. Gaming experience interest strongly desired. Location: Seattle, Washington. Valkyrie Entertainment is currently looking for a senior software engineer to join our highly talented team to help us deliver high quality, exciting, and most importantly, fun games. This position seeks a developer with a solid understanding of CS fundamentals and Unity development experience for iOS and Android to write well-architected and performant code, contribute to key technical discussions, and provide senior-level mentorship to team members. Location: Bellevue, Washington. The senior community manager is responsible for directing and conducting day-to-day web and social media interactions with the enthusiasts and fans of Ghost of Tsushima. They will provide world-class personal support by engaging, educating, informing and entertaining our players, while maintaining an ongoing dialogue with the community at large. Giving players access to the beta of a new game and new content before its release is a great way to get feedback and find bugs, allowing you to add that extra bit of polish, balance, and quality before the official full release. There are many different ways to give players access to a beta. Which to choose? In this article line, do you like to give a comprehensive list of options in today's market and discuss the differences? Traditionally, bugs in games are found by QA testing companies. However, hiring a QA company to exhaustively test a complex game is very expensive. Many smaller companies do not have the budget to hire QA at all, or can only get a limited amount of QA, and cannot let QA cover every aspect of the game, let alone doing so repeatedly for every update. However, even if you do have the budget for large amounts of QA testing, that will not give good feedback on whether a new feature is actually fun or balanced. That requires real players experiencing the content in the wild. So whether you can afford paid QA or not, a beta might still be a good idea. There are many aspects to doing a beta. Should everyone get access? Only a limited number of players. Is the beta for a new game that has not released yet, or for new content for an existing game? Is the beta also intended to gather additional development funds, only for testing purposes? Another interesting topic is what to actually put in a beta. Should it be all the content, only a portion so as not to spoil the main release too much? There's an interesting bit about that in this talk about Diablo 3. How early should we do a beta? Although these are important questions. To limit the scope of this post, I'm going to ignore the content of the beta. Today I am focusing exclusively on how the beta is delivered to customers. Over the years at Ronimo, we have done a bunch of different approaches to betas. The recently releases was Soldiers to Shawarmageddon tried betas before release and for new content. Through DLC and through beta branches, limited paid betas and open betas, and more. That means a large portion of this post is based on our own experiences. But since I want this list to be as comprehensive as possible, I will also discuss approaches that we have not tried ourselves. Since consoles offer very few possibilities for betas, and since Steam is the biggest and most complete platform on PC, this post mostly lists options in Steam. Some of this will probably be possible in similar ways on competing platforms like GOG or itch.io. If I missed anything that's fundamentally different on other platforms, or if I missed some approaches altogether, then please let me know below in the comments, so that I can add them. For updates to an already released game, this is the most common way to do a beta on Steam. When uploading a build, you can select in which branch it should go live. This makes it possible to release a build under a beta branch only. Users can then simply right-click the game in Steam and select the branch they want, after which Steam will download it and replace the main game with the version from the branch. If you want to limit access to the beta, you can set a password for the branch. This works fine, but it's a single password for all users. So if you share this password with players, there's a good chance that some might share it further with others. For Awesomenauts, we got lucky with our community. All players posted the passwords for closed betas publicly online. Undoubtedly some players did share a password with a few friends privately, but that never caused any problems. Branches are also great for internal testing purposes. When we want to test a build internally, or want to provide a build to QA, we also use Steam branches, and simply share the password only internally or with the QA company. For updates, a downside of Steam beta branches is that when you switch to or from a branch, Steam downloads and updates the game to this version. In other words, switching takes time and bandwidth, and it's not possible for users to have both the beta and the main game on their computer simultaneously. If updates are hundreds of megabytes, or even bigger, and this gets cumbersome for users. In cases where Awesomenauts beta did not get a lot of feedback, we often saw players mention that they did not like to wait for the download. Our solution was to not use beta branches anymore, and instead put the entire beta build in a DLC. Users can then enable the DLC to get the beta. This allows them to have both the main game and the beta on their computer simultaneously. On Steam, it's possible to set a DLC to being disabled by default, so users can deliberately choose to get betas, and not by enabling the DLC in the Steam interface. That the beta is a DLC does not mean it needs to be paid. It's possible to do free DLC on Steam. Nevertheless, the option to make the beta paid is useful in some cases. For example, backers of the Starstorm Kickstarter campaign were initially the only players who got Awesomenauts beta access. We could have handled this by making the DLC enlisted in the Steam store and sending keys for it to Kickstarter backers. I guess it's even possible to make a beta a paid DLC directly on Steam.